Hey guys, it's Melanie. Today I have a review for you of the Brush Craft brushes. These particular brushes are actually from the creators of the Artiste brushes. I'm sure you guys are well aware of the Artiste brush line. They are a pretty expensive, higher end brush line, and they are very unique because the handles are shaped very differently from most traditional brushes. These particular Artiste brushes were originally geared towards makeup artists, and they became a little bit more mainstream. You've probably seen a lot of your favorite YouTubers talking about the Artiste brushes. Since those have come out, there have been a number of less expensive dupes that have been released. I'm starting to see brushes with handles like this in a lot of places, and I myself have actually picked some less expensive options up at TJ Maxx and Marshalls and have tried them, and I will compare my experience from using those less expensive ones to these Artiste brand brushes. So before I get started, these brushes were courtesy of Octoly. So Octoly, you guys have heard me mention it before. It is a website that beauty influencers can utilize to connect with companies and apply to be able to review products. So I did apply to be able to review these brushes from Artiste, and they selected me, sent them out for consideration. There's no obligation on my part to do a positive review, just to share my actual thoughts with you guys. This brush set, by the way, that I'm sharing with you here today is available on HSN for $110. I will show you the brushes that come in this particular set, give you my thoughts, all of that information. In the description box, you will find a link to HSN where you can purchase these. It's not a commission-based link or anything. It's just the link that Octoly wants me to use for you guys. I don't get anything from it. If you just want to go directly to HSN, you can find the Artiste brushes there. But right now they are available on sale for $110, and this set is really, really cool. So I'm going to go ahead and share with you how the brushes come. They do all come packaged in these acrylic cases here. I am going to keep these cases for travel because they're actually kind of nice for that. You do also get a brush cleansing foam from Artiste as well. This seems like kind of a small size, but I'm excited to try this. When I have cleaned these brushes in the sink, which I have done once, they were very easy to wash with just my regular brush cleaner, which is the Dr. Bronner soap. So it's nice to be able to try this though, and I will try it at some point very soon. And there is also this really cool thing right here. This is the Artiste brush cleaning pad. So this is a sort of microfiber pad that you actually can use to clean your brushes, either dry or wet. So you can use this foam to put a little bit on here, work your brush into it, pick a dry spot, sort of dry the brush off. This is supposed to dry really quickly, so, but this is perfect for cleaning in between colors. If you were to use this for your eyes, for example, you can quickly brush the color off and then dip into another shade and you're good to go. So this does come, by the way, when the, because I wanted to see how this worked, when this does get worn out, this microfiber cloth here, you can take it off. It's just got a little elastic thing. You can take it off, and you can find replacement brush covers, not brush covers, microfiber cloths on HSN. So they sell them in, I believe, either a 3 or a 4 pack, and then you just put this back on here. Let me find the little thing. Watch me not be able to find it. Yesterday I popped it on super quickly. There we go. And it's nice because you can just set this on your vanity and then go in with your brushes, clean them as needed, and then use them again. So The 5 brushes that come in this set are these guys right here. So there is the Oval 7, which is this large guy here. I have been using this for my powder foundation. So I have been using this with my Laura Geller Balance in Britain. I have also used this with my setting powders. You also get the Oval 6. I have used the Oval 6 myself for contour. Works great for contour. The Oval 3, you can use this on your eyes. You can also use this for contouring your face. I have done both. I actually prefer this for contouring the sides of my nose. I found it a little bit difficult to use in the eyes, but I will talk about that in a minute. You also get the liner one, or linear one. There we go. And you can use this for eyeliner, obviously, or for your brows. And then you also get the Circle 1R. So this guy right here. The brush set obviously comes with this really nice pamphlet here that tells you the different uses for the different brushes. By the way, I believe that this particular line is the I don't want to say lower end, but it's a more affordable version of the traditional Artiste brushes. So they feel really, really nice. They're very weighty, but they are less expensive than the original Artiste brushes. So I believe this is meant to be a more affordable version. But here in the book, it tells you the different brushes and then gives you the different uses. So if it can be used with concealer, or if it's recommended that it's used with eyeliner or brows or something like that. So you can have a look through here. And then they also kind of give you, not kind of, they do give you instructions and pictures of how to actually utilize the brushes on yourself. And if you want to read a little bit more about them, they do have a website. It's brushcraft.com. So they go through and for each of the brushes give you a rundown of the different suggested uses. They tell you if you can use them with cream products or powder products. So I think that's really definitely handy to have. As far as how these compare to similar brushes on the market that are less expensive, having used the cheaper options, I can tell you that there's a pretty big difference in my eyes in terms of using them on myself between these guys and the cheaper ones that I used from, say, TJ Maxx. I actually left the ones that I purchased up at my parents' house to have as backup brushes because I didn't love them. I do have a brush here that is kind of an Artiste type brush or mock from Crown Brush. This actually came in one of my Boxycharms, and this is kind of a good example of the difference between these two. These are obviously not the same size, but we can use it for comparison reasons. But this is, the plastic on this is extremely flimsy, and I'm always afraid to break this when I'm using it on my face. Not that I'm scrubbing at my face, but even just light pressure causes it to bend significantly, and it actually, like, it makes it harder for me to apply the product because there is a certain amount of pressure that I like to use to buff especially my powder foundation into my skin. And this just doesn't let me do it very easily. One, because it starts to like splay out and I don't feel like the brushes are doing their job of buffing the product into my skin. But two, I'm also honestly afraid to break it. The plastic on the cheaper ones just, it doesn't compare. It truly doesn't. This has zero give to it. It has a really solid, nice, sturdy handle. And honestly, I love this for putting on powder foundation. It feels incredible. The amount of bristles, I mean, look at this, the like powder's coming out, but the amount of bristles in here is astounding. It is so thick. If you were using this with a liquid foundation, I bet it would be beautiful with liquid foundation. I haven't tried it with that yet, but I will do that in the future and I will update you guys how that goes for me. But in terms of the quality of the construction, there is a vast difference. With the contour brush, same thing. Like, it just, It applies the product so beautifully, and then you're able to buff it out, and you don't have to worry about bending the brush handle or breaking it or anything like that. And it just feels really good in your hands. So as far as face application goes, I love these brushes for face application. So for any like powder, foundation or setting powder, for contour, either on your cheeks, around the perimeter of your face, or contouring your nose, these are fantastic. What was a little bit harder for me was using this one as an eyeshadow application brush. For me, I don't think this style of handle is ideal. It's a little bit more awkward and a little bit harder to use, probably because I haven't practiced with it enough, but I just prefer these for the face. I do, though, however, really like this linear one brush here for liner along my lash line, because it's so easy to get it down into your lash line and just whoop. And then if you want to smoke it out a little bit more, you can just go back and forth a couple times. So easy and quick to use, even faster than my normal preferred liner brush, which is the Zoeva brow line brush. Nothing wrong with this one, but this one is even easier to just get in there. You can start at your inner lash line and just run that powder along, and it's like perfect the first time. You don't have to go over it if you don't want to, but it's nice to kind of smoke it out a little bit. I prefer that not harsh line look, so I go back in a couple times and just sort of buff it out a little bit, but this is so easy for that, so I love this. I did use this Circle 1 brush on both contouring the sides of my nose. I didn't like it for that. I also used it to apply color in the crease. I didn't really like it for that because, once again, when doing eyeshadow work, this just wasn't a comfortable position for me. I'll play with it a little bit more, but again, I feel like this one is actually going to be better for lip products for me. They do suggest that you can use this to apply both lip balm as well as lipstick. I think for me, this is going to be perfect for applying lip balm. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean it up and try it for that. I feel like I might wanna try it on the eyes a couple more times before I do that, honestly, because I think it's gonna be hard to get lip balm out of here. I think once I designate it for that, that's what its life is going to be. So I do wanna try it a couple more times, but I imagine ultimately I will find myself using this for lip products, because I do think it would be very easy to apply lip balm and lipstick if you wanted to with this. Again, the bristles are really soft, really dense. They're super easy to clean, you guys. I have a brush mitt in the bathroom that I use, and you know, just use my regular soap that I've used for all of my brushes for a couple years now. It works great. Like I said, the Dr. Bronner's. But this is also really nice to have, because this is something that you can use without having to go to the bathroom sink with your little, I wanted to call this a mitt. It's not a mitt. This is a little fiber pad here. So you can also just kind of wash this up and let it dry. So it's not like you have to get rid of it the first time that you fill it up with powder products or whatever. You don't have to do that. You can wash it, but eventually you will need a replacement. And like I said, those replacements are available. So for me, these are definitely vastly different in terms of quality from the cheaper ones that I've tried, and I really like them, you guys. I think these would be a wonderful investment if you have always been curious about the Artiste brushes, but you don't want to splurge on the very expensive options that they have. This is a much more affordable option. I feel like this is a very complete set here. You could even use this one for your blush if you wanted to. I like a little bit more of a fluffier brush for applying my brush, so that wouldn't work for me. But this works beautifully for contour. So if you're looking for some really great basic like face brushes from Artiste, this is a great set, you guys. If you're looking for a gift for a girlfriend or for, you know, daughter-in-law or whatever, this would be a really nice thing to be able to give to someone, because there is a difference in the quality. I really like them. I am looking forward to continuing to use them, and I've really been enjoying them. So a big thank you to Artiste and Octoly for sending these out for consideration. And please let me know if you have any questions at all down below in the comments. I am more than happy to answer your guys' questions. Links will be in the description box, so be sure to check that out. And thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Take care. Bye.